Hey loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. My name is Tyla and today's episode 24 of the journal session series. So since it's March 1st, happy March 1st, we're going to do some prompts to help us set some goals and our intentions for the new month. So grab your pen and your journal and let's get into it. Alrighty, so for question number 1, what are 3 goals that you want to set for this month and list out the steps that you're going to take to accomplish each one. So when it comes to goal setting, I started using the SMART acronym and I learned about this a couple years back, but it's basically specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. So when it comes to being specific, it's just getting very detailed about what it is that you want to achieve. Measurable means making sure that your goals are measurable so that you can track them, you can keep up with the progress. Achievable is making sure that the goals that you are setting are realistic and achievable so that you can achieve it in a certain amount of time. So say that you have a goal that you want to achieve by the end of the month, making sure that that is a realistic amount of time for you to be able to achieve that goal. Relevant means that your goal should align with your values and long-term objectives. So whatever goal that you are setting for this month, make sure that it's something that can lead up to your long-term goals. So say something that you may want to accomplish for the end of the year, make sure that the goals that you're setting during each month align with that goal. And then time-based means setting a realistic but ambitious end date to clarify task prioritization and increase motivation. So you want to make sure that you are setting an end date for each of your goals and making sure that it is realistic. I personally love setting goals for each new month and just each period of time, even during each week and for the day. But the important parts to keep in mind and to remember is that even with setting goals, certain things may change on the course of us doing so. So you have to make sure that you can still be flexible and, things happen. Sometimes we don't end up achieving the goals within a certain amount of time that we expected. So this is really just to give us kind of some clarity, to kind of get us going, get the ball rolling, but don't get too attached to the goal itself. Okay, so question number 2 is, what do you need to prioritize this month? So this question is really for anything that you feel you may have been slacking on, that you need to make sure that you actually prioritize within this month. So say if that's some classwork that you need to catch up on, or maybe you need to get back on your fitness goals, this is where you would identify those things and focus on that so that you can also create kind of like a plan when it comes to the things that you need to prioritize. So for me personally, along with setting the monthly goal, I do set weekly goals, and this helps me to prioritize the things that I have to do. And I saw a video on TikTok that was really helpful as well when it comes to being more productive. The guy was basically saying to shorten the time between thinking and doing. So a lot of the time when we know that we have things to do, we kind of procrastinate, and that's what keeps us from really being productive. So getting clear about what you need to prioritize and then shortening that time from you thinking about it to doing it is not only going to help you to maximize your productivity, but it's also going to help you to increase your discipline. So for the next question, what is it that you need to release for this month, and write a list of the things that are holding you back. So me personally, I like to go into each day, each week, each new month, year, etc. with new, cleansed, and clear energy. So that means getting rid of the things that I noticed were kind of holding me back, or maybe were slowing me up. And that also goes into releasing all of the things that you know no longer serve you. And that can be anything. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Maybe you have to cut back on your spending, or maybe you have to eat better. It can be a bad habit that you need to get rid of. It can be people that you need to release. It can be a certain environment that you need to get out of. So you want to get really serious about this one, because if you continue to do the things that you know no longer serve you, it's going to stop you from moving forward, because you're going to stay in those same cycles. Once you are in a cycle and you don't break out of it, it's going to be really hard for you to attract and receive the abundance that you want, because you're not making room for it. So the next one is to list 3 things that you are proud of yourself for. It's very important that you celebrate even your smallest wins, and you're going to notice a huge difference if you don't already do this. You'll notice a huge difference in just your overall energy, the way that you feel, your confidence. And it's important to really celebrate yourself, especially if you feel that nobody else does that for you. Always make sure that you're speaking highly to yourself, that you are being kind to yourself, that you're showing love to yourself, that you're acknowledging all of your wins, all of your accomplishments, and really take the time to just celebrate yourself, especially if you did notice that you may have had a bad month last month. I am sorry to hear that if that is the case for you. Acknowledge the fact that you made it through the month and that you're still looking forward to a new month, that you're still looking forward to setting goals, that you're still trying, that you're still moving forward, because that's the most important part. And a lot of the time, we're so focused on our downfalls and the things that we didn't do, the things that didn't work out, that we lose sight of the things that we actually accomplished. And it can be something as simple as just getting up and doing some work for the day, or as simple as finishing a task that you've been putting off for days. And for anyone that struggles with mental health, you know how hard it can be to just accomplish your daily tasks. So if you did do that, make sure that you give yourself some big major props and some big ups to you, for real. And if nobody's told you, I'm very proud of you. So keep pushing and make sure that you're not just focusing on the negatives, but that you are focusing on the good in every single day that you have, despite anything that may happen. Now, last but not least, manifest your goals by writing them down in the present moment as if they've already happened. Now, this is a form of scripting, which is a really, really good manifesting technique, and this is one of my ultimate favorites. Me personally, whenever I journal, I always do scripting, and especially at the beginning of the month or the year. I do it daily as well, like at the end of the night before I'm going to sleep when I'm doing my journal. And this is really powerful because it gets you in the mindset and the energy of already having received what it is that you desire. So say that you have certain goals that you want to set out for the month, and you write as if you've already accomplished those goals. You get in the feeling and the energy of already having done it. This is a really powerful technique because the energy that you put into your manifestations and your goals is what supercharges them and what helps you to attract them even more. So you already have your plan set up, your goals. You already wrote out how you're going to achieve those goals and your step-by-step plan. So adding this as well as even visualization. So say if you have maybe a vision board, and you're constantly looking at your vision board, you're constantly envisioning the things that you want to attract, you're constantly writing about the things that you want as if you've already received it, and then you're working towards that as well with your step-by-step plan. That is the ultimate way to make sure that you achieve your goals. And this has worked for me many, many times, especially the writing technique. So I definitely say to give it a try. And all in all, for this new month, just make sure to keep your energy focused on what you want to grow. When I'm getting really focused, especially if I'm trying to work towards something specific, I always take time to isolate myself for a little while so that I can stay within my own energy. That way I can focus more so on accomplishing the things that I want to do, making sure that I'm in a high vibration, eating right, getting my mind right, staying clear of outside influences and other energies. When you do this, especially when you make sure that your energy is clear, you're going to notice that the things that you are working towards come a lot easier and a lot faster. I think that there's a misconception within society that you have to work extremely hard to receive that you want. Now, of course, you do have to put in work because you can't just achieve something without having done anything to receive it. But you do not have to strain yourself and overexert yourself. So that means making sure that you're working smarter, not just harder. And that means that make sure you also give yourself breaks. This is a big one because a lot of people are just so focused on the grind that they start neglecting their health, whether it's their mental health, their spiritual health, or their physical well-being. So take the time out to pour into yourself, practicing self-care, taking time to get outside, taking time to make sure that you are drinking your water, that you are eating healthy, that you are catering to your emotional needs and your spiritual and mental needs as well. And all in all, just stay focused, have tunnel vision, don't lose sight of what it is that you want, despite what may get thrown at you this month. Make sure that you are standing strong in your power, that you are having faith that despite what happens, you can overcome it. Have that resilience about you and that determination to fight through anything to receive the things that you really want. So I really do wish you guys the best for this month. I hope that you all achieve everything that you set out to do. I wish that you have peace this month, happiness, prosperity, and abundance. Thank you so much for joining me for this session. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to stay tuned for the upcoming sessions, which are every Friday. And I will see you guys next time. So peace and much love.
Look at the streets, you are not my mate. If you become a shop, not be head of state. But my people then go say I know one buy, I know one die.